Hello guys, welcome to another live Keeping Goals Q&A as we wait for some people to join in. Okay. So if you're watching this not live on catch up, I do a live Q&A pretty much every week. Hello guys, David, nice to see you. Kai, nice to see you. Callum, how are you? I do a live Q&A pretty much every week, and is where I get a chance to chat to you guys, answer your questions about keeping goals, about goalkeeping, about life in general. I also have a question from a patron. If you guys become a patron at patreon.com/Connor O'Keefe. Hello guys, Lorenz, nice to see you. Rugi, nice to see you. Jack, nice to see you. Good luck for your session. If you guys become a patron, follow the link that is in all my videos. You guys can ask your questions first and I answer them before anyone else's. So the first question I have, John, nice to see you. Andreas, nice to see you. The first question I have is from Jude, who's a new patron. And his question is something which I'm sure a lot of you have probably asked before. He said, how do you deal with self-doubt in your mind during a game? I often find I'm either one of the best or the worst players on the pitch with no middle ground. So how do I overcome a poor start to finish strongly because of a mistake I made with mentality in a way? So basically, mentality within goalkeeping. So for me, I've done a lot of things to try and help build my mentality for before games. How I feel positive, how I feel ready for the game. I like to visualize, so I do a bit of visualization about how I think the game is going to go. I also visualize sacrifices I've made, good games I've had in the past, all these things to help me get in a frame of mind for the game. I do that whilst listening to music, and I pair those tracks with those visualizations so that I have the same routine for every game. During the game, I have a few phrases that I say to myself to keep myself focused. So you can come up with your own phrases, but things that I use is things like clean, calm, confident. That's something I'll say to myself. I'll say things like go for everything to make sure that I dive for everything from the first minute to the last. Things like basically small personal phrases that help you in your own performance. So have a play with visualization before games, have a play with personal phrases used during the games to help make sure that you prepare yourself fully for the game and help yourself to perform to the best of your ability. So that was a question from Jude. If you guys want your questions answered first, become a patron, follow the link in all my videos. Right, let's answer some of your guys' questions. Gibraltar, yeah, I know Gibraltar are playing, Harry. They're playing against Kosovo at the minute, so hopefully they can get a win. Do I have a strapping? Leon, no, I don't strap my hands or my fingers. I try and make sure that I trust just my hands and not rely on anything else. Obviously, if I have an injury, then I'll do a bit of strapping, but otherwise, I just keep it normal. Did I get a fresh trim? Yep, I've had a haircut. I was a little bit long and shaggy, and it's my grandma's birthday at the weekend, so I needed a haircut to look smart for that. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Maybe one day when I finish playing. What boots do I wear? I wear Nike Tiempos. Moving tomorrow to Ireland, starting school, make an impression. Enjoy Ireland, incredible country. I'm sure you'll have a great time, David. In terms of making an impression, don't try too hard. Just do what you normally do. Just play and train and enjoy it and show people what you can do. Don't go chasing things. Any pre-match superstitions? Not really, George. I don't really have superstitions as such. I say a prayer before a game because that's something that's important to me. But in terms of superstitions, nothing really. And I see you, Ewan. David, good luck for it, mate. How do you feel and deal with injuries? Injuries are difficult. In terms of injuries, I'm lucky enough to get physio and help with that. And you follow what the physio says to the letter so that you can come back stronger than ever. Don't rush back too soon. Make sure you come back properly. Move to Leeds, already got a game for your school. Brilliant. Just enjoy it. Have a great time. And don't worry about things. Just go and have good fun and then you'll enjoy it. Next game, not this weekend, next weekend. We've got a game against Boca, who are also in the bottom half of the league. So it's a big chance for us to get 2 wins on the bounce and continue pushing up the table. What gloves do you think I should buy? Callum, stay tuned because next week I should have a nice little announcement that can help with gloves, but not for now, unfortunately. How do you get your foot in the door, semi-pro and pro level? Keegan, it's difficult. You have to be playing week in, week out, playing well, but see if you can get your games filmed. I did a video on this in series 2 of Keeping Goals where I talked about how I contact clubs. So you're going to have to email them, write them letters, ring them up, chase them all the time because they're very busy people. See if you can send them videos of you playing and just keep asking for trials and opportunities. Are you fully in football or do I have a second job? Edwin, it's a bit of a weird one because I am pretty much full time. We train pretty much every day. We train in the evenings because some of the squad have other jobs. I do other work as well during the days. So it's a bit like half and half really. Charlie, nice to see you. Yeah, enjoying it a lot. Having a good time in Gibraltar and enjoying the football. When do you expect to be at a certain level? I'm just going to keep improving, Ewan. I'm going to see what happens, keep getting better every day, keep training, keep working, and see where I end up with that. I haven't set a certain level, I haven't set a time limit. I'm just going to keep working and keep improving and see what happens. How old are you, Sean? I'm 24, just turned 24 a couple of weeks ago. How should you set up a wall depending on the range of free kick? Obviously depends where it is, David. The closer it is, the more people you put in the wall. For me, when you set up a wall, make sure you always have one outside the post and then the rest within so that you can't bend it round that side. What would be my dream club to play for? Callum, Man United would be my dream club to play for. How do you make that final step? Kai, there's no final step. You just have to keep grafting, keep working and wait for that opportunity. Nice to see you, Naimo. I hope I've pronounced your name right, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Liverpool are better. Yeah, maybe at the minute, but hopefully not for long. Goalkeeping idols, Casillas was my big goalkeeping idol. At the minute, I love watching Ter Stegen and Oblak. Thank you, Ollie. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, first win on Saturday just gone, so that was a big plus for us. Next game's against Boca next Saturday. I studied international business at university, so I did that for 4 years. So that was a long time studying, but I really enjoyed it and ended up being one of the best decisions I ever made. Ter Stegen or Neuer? Ter Stegen for me. Team Ter Stegen. Keep repping it up. Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting situation, and I'm not sure why they're playing Neuer. For me, Ter Stegen's had a better past 3 seasons, let alone past season. Mentally focused before the game. Fatina spoke about this at the beginning of this video, but yeah, have a look back and watch what I said because hopefully that'll help. Am I coming back to England in the summer? I don't know, Charlie. We'll see. It's a long way away. We'll see what happens in the summer. How do you do your kicks so well? I can't do them. Practice. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. Devin. Alisson or Neuer? Well, at the minute, Alisson's injured, so Neuer's probably playing better than Alisson. But Alisson had a great year last year. Showed very high level of consistency and performances where it counted. So yeah, he's in good form. Hopefully he can come back from his injury just as good. Have I ever been in an academy? Yes, Kai, I was at Crewe Alexandra when I was a kid, and also Macclesfield Town where I stayed from 12 to 19. I was a year as a full-time pro at Macclesfield before I went to Loughborough. Did you ever play against your brother whilst at uni? Good question, Randy. No, my brother went to University of Nottingham. I went to Loughborough University. There was a year where Loughborough and Nottingham were in the same division, but Sean unfortunately wasn't playing for the first team. He was playing for, I think, the second team or the third team. So we never actually played against each other while we were at uni because that would have been feisty. How long have I been a goalkeeper? Since I was as young as I can remember, 3. I just like diving around in the mud. Any help finding an academy as a teenager? It's difficult. I'm not sure about your area, but keep playing games. Play as many games as you can, and hopefully someone will see you. Favourite glove brand? Can't say anything about that at the minute, unfortunately, but hopefully next week. What are my best abilities? Good question. I think my best ability isn't an ability. I think my perseverance and my determination is my best ability. It enables me to keep going when others would quit, and I think that's something that has served me well so far, because it helped me to keep practicing and improving all my other elements of my goalkeeping. Mayhem, have a look at just for keepers. I don't know if there's any near you, but they have a few spread out across the country, and they might be able to help. If not, just Google goalkeeper training in your area and see what you can get. Joseph Bocci. What goes through my head when I'm 1v1 with a striker? Depends if it's you, mate. If it's you, then I'd be terrified. No, when I'm 1-on-1 with a striker, I try and stand up for as long as I possibly can. I wait for him to make the decision to either shoot or take a big touch or try and go around me, and then I react. If I stay big, then I can use my flexibility and my speed to try and use any part of my body to make the save. But yeah, Joseph, for everyone else, was one of my teammates at Loughborough and is smashing it on his way back from a bad injury. So not long until he's back and killing it up front again. Hopefully not against me. Next question. How tall are you? Do you wish you were taller like De Gea? I spent a lot of time, Parker, when I was a kid wishing that I was taller. I'm 182 centimetres. I spent a lot of nights wanting to be taller, praying to be taller, and something I've realised now as I've got older is it hasn't stopped me from improving, and it hasn't stopped me from achieving what I've achieved so far, and it won't stop me from achieving more as I get older. So yeah, when I was younger, I was very, very frustrated with it, but by now, I've achieved a lot, regardless of my height, and I will keep achieving a lot. And I've achieved a lot more than taller goalkeepers have. So I just have to keep improving, keep learning. There's nothing I can do about my height. I can't control it, but I can control how I'm going to perform. So that's what I focus on instead. How do you prevent your injuries? Injury prevention is important. I do a lot of stretching. I stretch every day. I did a video on stretching in series 2 of Keeping Goals, so give that a watch if you haven't already. But yeah, I do a lot of stretching, and then I do like specific rehab stuff for things where I've had past injuries like shoulder, my groin at the minute. I do specific rehab stuff to prevent them. Most important thing in a glove is the grip. The grip's got to be good in a glove because that's the most important thing. The design is nice too, but important is the grip. Thanks, Parker. I hope it helps. Favourite situation in a game? I love penalty shootouts. Penalty shootouts are great. They're one of the best things about being a keeper. Just get so pumped, so excited for it. Opportunity to win a game, which is pretty rare as a keeper. So yeah, that's one of my favourite ones. I didn't see that one. Someone said something from South Africa. I didn't see it, but send that again because I just caught the end of it. Improve catching from crosses, practice, repetition, over and over again. Get someone to put in 100 crosses and keep practicing. Why do you dive for shots a lot? Because that's how I save them. How's life? Life's good, thank you. Do you know that you have a subscriber from Russia? No, I don't, Edwin, but that's pretty cool. Never been to Russia, but I'd like to go one day. Suarez goal for Barca. Haven't seen it. Which one do you mean? Pressure from his back line to save more when he always... Chris, don't listen to external pressure in terms of if this is you or your child or someone you know. Pressure from your defence, people don't understand goalkeeping and they often just give a big shout and frustration. Focus on yourself, focus on improving and learning. Don't listen to the outside noise, you can't control it. Keep learning from your game, watching your video, improving. That's the way to get better. Don't worry about people talking. People talk nonsense all the time. Do you usually save with your leg rather than diving? I save whatever needs to be saved, to be fair. This fan from South Asia, that's brilliant. Glad to see so many of you from so many different countries. No problem, Chris. Tell them to keep watching, stay part of the KG Union, keep learning and improving. That's all that matters. Don't listen to anyone else. Oz, decent, Raul. Nice to see you. I'm glad we've got someone from Australia. Would you volunteer to take a penalty in a shootout? Yes, Randy, I would. Funny story, actually. When I was in year 10, we had a penalty shootout in the quarter-final of our county cup. I saved 3 pens and took the winning one. And the winning one, I was so nervous, I just closed my eyes and smacked it. and it went about this far from the keeper's face. And I was so lucky that he didn't save it because I was awful. So I think I'd be a bit nervous, but I would take it. I'd probably just hit it as hard as I can. How do you dive longer distance? Practice, leg strength, all that kind of stuff. Christian, nice to see you, mate. I hope you're well. I'm enjoying it abroad. It was been 28 degrees today, so weather's not bad. But yeah, good opportunity to learn and improve and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hope you're well, mate, and I hope you're still killing it with your football as well. That was Christian, who was another one of my teammates at Loughborough as well, who's a top player. Do you reply to your DMs on Insta? Yeah, anyone who send me a DM, I'll try and help my best to help you. Any questions you've got. Jeremy Janot, I've not heard of him, but I'll give him a look. I've watched some of his stuff. How do you work on your left foot? Luca, practice. I must have hit thousands of balls with my left foot, and I'm still trying to improve and learn. That's the way to get better. Raoul, homesick? Not really. I'm lucky that Frankie's here. I talk to my family a lot on FaceTime, things like that. And I don't really get homesick. I just keep kind of focusing on my work and stuff. But I'm going home this weekend, so I'm very excited to see all my family. From Sweden, love your video from when you were there. Yeah, the trip to Sweden was mad. The snow was incredible and the ice. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time at Sweden. Randy, no, he doesn't play. He's not at Nottingham anymore. He's just finished his masters there, so he's just done now. Technique over strength. Parker, both. Work on both. Be the best at both, and then you are really a top player. Football, your full-time job. Yeah, again, I said this earlier. I train pretty much full time, but we train in the evenings, so I do some other work during the days. So I have little bits and bobs. I don't earn enough from football for it to be my full-time job yet, but hopefully one day. How often do you train? I try and train twice a day. I'll train with my team from anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week. I'll train private goalkeeper sessions. I'll do my gym work. I'll do my rehab, my prehab. But I try and make sure that I do at least 1 or 2 sessions each day, and then a day for game, and then a rest day. So probably about 10 sessions a week, and then game day and a rest day. Favorite brand of gloves? Can't say anything on gloves yet. Next week, I'll let you know next week. Game day music playlist. I do have a game day music playlist. I might share it on Spotify if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Would you sign for a championship team as third choice? Rian, it'd be an honour to sign for a championship team. But I got to keep working and keep improving, and hopefully I could play as a first choice, let alone a third choice. Who's my cameraman? The cameraman gets a shout out in this week's vlog, so you better watch that one instead. From Malta. Love to play in Malta one day. That would be pretty impressive. How do you have fast reactions in front of goal? Practice. Reactions are something you have to work on in training, and you will build them up as you get older. Favourite songs? At the minute, I am really enjoying, what's his name? I've forgotten his name. I'll tell you in a minute when I remember it. How do you deal with pressure? Are you focused 100% of the time? Ollie, pressure, I try and just play the game as it happens. The outside pressure, there's nothing you can do about it. Deal with the situations that happen. Focus on those. In terms of concentration, talking to your defence helps you to concentrate on the game. So even if it's something stupid that they already know, talking to them and letting them know things such as stepping out or moving left or moving right or tucking in, they already know what to do. But by you telling them, it keeps you focused and keeps them focused. So it helps you to concentrate on the game rather than any pressure there might be. Would you play for an Irish League team? I'd love to play for an Irish Premier League team. A lot of my family are from Ireland, a lot of my family live in Ireland, so to play in Ireland is something that I'd love to do one day. Favourite moment in my football career? Going to the Burnabout with Fuenlabrada was incredible. Beating Liverpool Academy with Loughborough Uni in front of, I think it was 2,000 students. That was great. Signing as a pro at Macclesfield. Like, there's been lots of stuff that has been my favourite moments, and hopefully I'll be blessed with some more. Matchday breakfast. Matchday breakfast, it was in a vlog. Go and watch. I think it was the vlog against Europa. Oats, 300 grams of oats. No, 100 grams of oats, 300 millilitres semi-skim milk, blueberries, bananas, protein powder. That's my matchday breakfast. Keep asking me questions. I'll try my best to answer them. What team would you want to play with in Ireland? I'm not sure. What team would like me to play with them? Cup game in Malta, saved 16 shots and saved put 4 penalties. Brilliant. Well done. Third choice Premier League or first choice League 2? Depends. Probably first choice League 2 unless it was Man United. Any tips for catching crosses? Practice, Florian. Practice, practice, practice. Get someone to put 100 crosses in on one side, take them, 100 crosses in on the other side, do it again tomorrow. Practice, 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 practice. You'll get used to your timing, your spring, your hands, all that kind of stuff. Major difference between university and pro level. University is a lot of lads who have been at pros from what I've seen. In terms of pro level, they do the basics right 100% of the time. If you're the best, then if you're a pro, the way they stand out is doing the basics just perfectly well. That's what I've seen with pros. Someone asked a question about looking at other goalkeepers or focusing on yourself. I didn't really read it properly, so send it again. But I think if it's what I thought it was, just concentrate on yourself. Don't worry about other goalkeepers. Everyone's got their own pathway. Everyone does their own thing. Concentrate on yourself and improving. Cardio, I try and do one big run a week in terms of just ticking my cardio over. And that's something that I do each week. Do you think you should get better at something? Yeah, if other keepers in your team, if there's things that they're not as good at, you might want to work on them in order to stand out for your manager and get into the team. That's something you can focus on. But for me, I always just try and improve every single element of my game so that whatever other goalkeepers I'm with, I stand out in everything because I'm keeping improving in each of those elements. But yeah, cardio, running once a week, I'll do a 7k or something like that just to try and keep that ticking over. But a lot of my goalkeeper work is intense cardio because of how we train. How do you recover from being on the bench in a big game? Rian, go and be the best keeper in training the next day. That's the way to recover from it. Ever thought that YouTube takes up too much time and disturbs you from football? Good question, Edwin. I am very disciplined with myself that I am a footballer, and YouTube is something that I enjoy doing on the side. Anytime that I feel like I'm focusing too much on YouTube, I'll reassess myself and make sure I'm focusing on football. Football is plan A, plan B, and plan C for me. This is something that I enjoy doing, and I hope you guys get value from it, and I'm glad I can help people with it. But it will never ever detract from the work that I'm doing for football, because that is the main focus, and it has been my whole life. Leg strength, work in the gym, squats, RDLs, deadlifts, all that kind of stuff. Your major movements in the gym will improve your leg strength and help with your kicking distance. England or Ireland? Good question. We'll see. What can you do about favouritism for another keeper? Be better than them. If it's blatant, favouritism only goes so far. You've got to go to training. Enjoy training, Charlie. Have a good time. How many matches in a season would you play? I think this year we're playing with cup games, hopefully 25 to 30 games, fingers crossed. But I'm not sure how many for this season. Normally, at Loughborough, I played 40, 45 games a season. Opinions on Dean Henderson. I love Dean Henderson. I think he's great. I think he's cocky but not arrogant. He's confident in himself, and he's starting to show that he's a top keeper. How many GCSEs did you get? I got 11 GCSEs, and then I did A levels before I went to Loughborough. So I got 2 A's and a B in my A levels to go to Loughborough. Bolton Wanderers. Bolton are a great club. Hopefully they continue to improve and grow stronger, because we want them in the league. Ederson or Ter Stegen? For me, it's Ter Stegen. I love Ter Stegen, incredible keeper, both with his feet and in terms of goalkeeping as well. How do you keep motivation? Motivation for me is to improve every day. That's the way that I stay motivated, because it's never ending and it'll keep me going. How many keepers in Europa Point? Altogether, I think at the minute there's been about 4 keepers at Europa Point. La Liga or Premier League, I saw that one before. Either one would be incredible, but I'm not sure. I couldn't pick. Depends on the team. 26 saves in 2 matches. That's brilliant. Well done. Congratulations. Best player you've ever played with or against? I was thinking about this the other day. I say Ashraf. When I trained with Ashraf in Real Madrid, he was ridiculous. I trained with Wes Brown, Shay Given, who are the other ones in Spain? Jordi Cadena, who's played for Real Madrid. Luis, I can't remember his surname now, at Tenerife, was at Fuenlabrada. I've been lucky, I've trained with a lot of top pros, and they've helped to show me how to get to that level. Because when you train with people like that, you have to watch them and learn every single thing you can off them, because they're incredible. Would you ever play for Sunderland? Sunderland is a top club. The fan base is incredible. Watching things like the documentary and seeing how the club is, I hope they can come back up to where they're supposed to be. Do you find yourself catching or parrying more? Parker, for me, I try and catch as much as I possibly can, because that way I make sure that there's no rebounds and there's no second chances for the team. But sometimes in some situations you've got to parry. So I think knowing the difference of when to do both is a huge skill for a goalkeeper, and if you can improve on that in training, that will help. League 1 or League 2? Well, Macclesfield are in League 2, but either one. Buffon playing till you're 43. I'd love that. I'd love to play till I was 43. Maybe one day. Have any rest days? Yeah, one rest day a week. I try and make sure that I've got one a week at least. Play for Man United or England? Either one would be an honour. Would you ever play in the USL? I'd love to play in America one day. I want to play all over the world. But yeah. He wanted to play as a forward. John, should have told him to stay in goal where he belongs. No, Shay's a good guy and a top keeper, and I learned a lot from him. Do I train individually? Yes, I do. I train in the gym on my own. I do one-to-one goalkeeper sessions on my own. I go running on my own. I make sure that I do nearly as much on my own as I do with the team. Any plans on coming back to Sweden? Maybe one day. We'll see. It was very, very cold when I went there. Not sure it's quite as nice as the 28 degrees in Marbella, but it was an incredible country. Loved Sweden, so maybe one day. Ever played outside of Europe? I'd love to play outside of Europe. Do I watch Matt Sheldon videos? Yes. Matt is killing it, both with his football and his videos, and I can learn a lot from him in terms of how to direct your career and keep improving, because his improvement and his chase of improvement is incredible. Overthinking, don't overthink. It does no good. Drop it, move on, focus on the next thing. Have you ever played as a goalkeeper? Have I always played as a goalkeeper? Pretty much. I had one season where I played outfield for my Sunday League team. Scored 20 goals in a season from centre mid. That was class. But the rest of the time in goal. Can you get relegated? I don't think we can get relegated in the Gibraltar National League, no. Fast reactions. Practice for team. Reactions come with practice. Would you play in Qatar? Yeah, maybe. One day. Hopefully at the World Cup. Do I follow any other football YouTubers? Matt Sheldon I follow. Pro GK Academy. Quite a few others that do really good content. Right, last couple of questions. Best moment in my career so far? Don't know, Boach. Playing with you, mate. Height matter as a keeper? No. Control what you can control. Will you play in Germany? Love to play in Germany one day. Predictions for World Cup 2020? England to win it. Don't forget about the favourite songs. Oh yeah, I can't remember what that lad's name is. Let me have a look. Younger goalkeepers, keep improving. Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are how you learn as a younger goalkeeper. That's how you've got to get better. So mistakes are a good thing. Sam Fender, that's who I've been listening to. Sam Fender's album is absolutely fire. Go and listen to that. MLS. What was that one? Didn't see that one, sorry. Right, last couple of questions. Go on. Training or matches? Well, matches are where you show what you can do. Matches are the most important. But training obviously help you improve. Do I drink? No, never really have. Never have at all, to be honest. It's just not something that interests me. Best striker you've met? Joseph Bochi's pretty good. But yeah, I've seen some very, very good strikers. Any tips for trials? Don't go chasing it. Don't go trying to do something that you would never do normally. Just play the game as you see it. Do your best given the scenarios that occur, and show what you can do that way. Don't go chasing things. Rian, you're going to have to wait, Rian. Next week, not long. Right, last question. and then I'm gonna go because I've got training in not very long. I've got training pretty soon actually. Come on, give us a good question. Last question. Any video games that I play? Not really. I haven't got a console actually. I haven't had it for a while. Don't think it's since I went to uni. But I loved FIFA when I was a kid. FIFA was the one, and I used to batter Sean at FIFA, whatever he says. Right, that is it. I'm gonna go to training now. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you for your questions. Hopefully I gave you some answers, and hopefully I brought you some value. We do a Q&A session every week, normally on a Thursday around this time. So if you want your questions answered first before anyone else, become a patron. Follow the link in the bio, in the description of my videos, and become a patron. Then I'll answer your questions before anyone else. But thank you guys. Keep going, keep chasing improvement, keep enjoying your football, and I'll see you on Sunday for the next episode of Keeping Goals. Have a good week, and I'll speak to you next time. See you later, guys. Thank you for watching. Speak to you in a bit.